With the new year upon us, it's certainly a great time for a fresh start, and that includes focusing on the road to recovery.
Paramount Wellness Retreat is a new campus located in Haddam that offers treatment and recovery resources.
And joining us now is recovery specialist Dominic Chianese Jr. Thank you so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So, certified recovery specialist, tell us what you do, and how you help people.
Sure. Addiction is a complicated issue, so the solution has to cover a lot of grounds. So, but the best thing I could do, I think, ultimately, is educate people, but then also be a vision of hope myself. I happen to be in recovery myself, so I know the disease well, but I also research the solution, and it has really progressed recently.
Right, yeah. Because of the pandemic, or?
I think it was always there. I think it became much more prevalent in our consciousness, but I think it was always there. It's just, it's destigmatized now, so people are more open about it.
They're more open to getting help, which is a good thing, right?
The pandemic did exacerbate it.
Okay.
So you're at the Paramount Wellness Retreat,
That's
and
right.
This is an addiction recovery campus. It's a peaceful atmosphere, and it kind of does everything, because this has to be a holistic process, right? This isn't just about take the bad stuff away.
Precisely, Carrie, you said it all. Yes, it's in Haddam, Connecticut. It's beautiful there. It's a state-of-the-art facility, and it's the full continuum of care. And you're right, you could get rid of the substance, but then now what, right? So it does have a medical detox, which is really important because the physical element of it, and you mentioned the holistic approach. But then, yes, we have to deal with the rest. The mental aspect. It is a brain-based disease. The emotional stability, the emotional element, of course. And then, to some degree, there's a spirit that we have to bring back to us. So it does address all of those things.
Yeah, and this is a quote from you: "I am not a bad person trying to be good. I was a sick person who was trying to get well."
Precisely. And it's in that name. It's a wellness retreat. We have to, at times, and I'm a treatment advocate, we have to at times remove ourselves just to get well.
And this is a check-in, stay there in the facility the whole time. Tell us a little bit how that works.
Well, we deal with individuals.
Okay. We're
very fortunate in that it's relatively small, right? And so we can give individualized care. And the idea is, of course, a safe medical detox is absolutely important, but we deal with the individual, and we address their specific needs and beyond.
So, I think sometimes there's family members who are listening going, gosh, I really want this for my loved one. Or maybe there's a loved one who's saying, well, maybe I'll do it, but I'm just too busy right now. I mean, what's the first step to actually making this change in your life?
That's a great question. We admit we have a problem.
Okay.
Right. This is a very difficult thing to do. I have found a lot of people argue for the problem, and so to become open-minded and willing to address it is the first step. That's it. That's often the hardest part. And then take suggestions, and we offer a myriad, trends theoretical, but it's different modalities. It's not a one-size-fits-all, but that is the first thing we have to say. And we can find excuses, right, to continue, but how about an excuse to get better?
Right. You consider this a calling rather than a career, is that right?
Precisely, yes. I'm uniquely qualified.
Yeah, well,
and
God bless.
And I was actually thrown into it, and so I have to say this: in my 12 years in the business, I have never met a more dedicated staff. The founders of the place jumped through hoops to give this community this service, and they're all just so, I don't think anybody really gets into this for any other reasons than to be of service and ultimately be part of the solution to a growing problem. Terrible problem, right? Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're in it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that, Scott.
No, seriously. Yeah. It's a good thing that you're here. That you're there for people. And God bless, continued success.
And I would hope that anybody who feels that they're hopeless or helpless, that is not the truth.
Yeah.
And that the fact was that, speaking from personal experience, that I had felt that way too, and it turns out no. As soon as we get better, we can be of service to others. So keep hope alive out there.
All right.
And here's how you can do that. Paramount Wellness Retreat is located, again, in Haddam. You can call the number on the screen. It's 1-888-906-2797. There's the address for it. You can also go to ParamountWellnessRetreat.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at that same handle. So even just if you're feeling curious about this, taking the first step of getting some more information, making an informational phone call could be the first way to help yourself this year.
Or help somebody that you know and love.
That's right, and curious, that's great. Yeah, basically at Paramount, we provide what we would want for our loved ones.
Yeah.
And what I try to do is be what I had needed, right? So I believe that is our main goal.
Terrific.
Thanks, Dominic.